Hey guys, how's it going? I started it, but I stopped it. Welcome to the reservoir, Melton. This is where they call this the boat ramp. There's a better ramp down there. This is where I fish majority of the time. The sun's annoying, and you'll probably get some wind noise, but I want to get stuck into it so I can chuck a line or two in. So this is basically what equipment do I use and what's in my tackle box. How's that? It's a little bit better. Okay, so as you guys know, I've got about 15 rods. 5, 6, 7, 8 of those are kids combos. I do have one with me because that's what I use. I use one of those. So I'll start with the rods. I brought 2 with me today. I was thinking about 4 or 5, but this is good enough for this little spot here. Then I'll show you what's in my tackle box. Show you the two knots I've been tying over the years. I can't remember I think I can remember the names of the 2 knots. If you want to search them up or whatnot, I'll have to watch it back to find out how bad the wind noise is. I might have to move you to there just until the sun goes away. Okay, so you can see pink and black. This is one of the kids combos. 1.7 meters, 2 to 4 kilo line class, and 5 to 20 gram casting weight. So as you can see, it's a 5-foot rod. I'm 6'4". It's got a foam bobber float because you can put the little glow sticks in them to fish with night time. This is what I use when I'm hunting carp of a night. That sun is, there you go. That's actually the next size up. They've got casting weights in them as well. You're going to get a lot of wind noise, I believe. There's lead down the bottom there. Same as the little red and white ones. And it goes down to a size, I'll go into the hook sizes later, but you can see it there. It's just a little Jarvis Walker combo from Big W or Kmart. Cool Shark 200 size reel. It's a 5'6" spinning combo. There you go. This fish jumping. $20, $25 combos. They're not expensive. Apologise for the sun. Now the second combo I've brought down is a 6-foot spinning combo, a 6'6" spinning combo. 2 to 6 kilo 2-piece. Both these outfits are 2-piece. Both spooled with line. I'm using the line that was supplied with the rod and reels. As you can see, it's still got the cable tie there that holds the reel on, so people can't steal the reels off the rods in the shop. But this is the next price range up. It's a Primal Commando, and this is from BCF, which is Primal's. BCF's basically entry-level outfits. I got this outfit plus an 8-foot, I think it's 8-foot or 7-foot. No, it's an 8-foot. I got a 6'6" and an 8-foot combo on this day 5-6 years ago, whatever it was. It's a 3,000 size reel. As you can see, the chrome the chrome plating's coming off the spool. I believe this reel's noisy. We'll find out later on in the video. So yeah, I'll go, well, that one's got a float. This has got a running sinker with a swivel. Down to a circle, I think it's a size 1 or 2 hook, mustard circle hook. Not the octopus, it's the other one. We'll probably get interrupted by cars and stuff coming past. So they're the 2 combos that I have chosen today. The pink one always gets used here at this particular spot. I thought they were going to yell out the window then. Yeah, I've piffed the cigarette. I'll show you the 2 basic knots I use. Well, actually I use it more than 2, but so the knot I always use to tie the line to the swivel, and then for the running sinker, like here. These 2, there's 3 knots in a running sinker that I use with the swivel. So there's one there, there's one there, and there's one at the hook. Depending on where I'm fishing, depends on which knot I tie. Now it's generally the same knot. I think it's called a clinch knot, and the other one's the improved clinch knot. So you've gone through your sinker or your hook. I'll pretend this is the hook. So what I do is you just wrap it around 6 times. Six. Back through the loop on the line side of the hook. I don't know if this will work very well with this rope. No, it won't. Just go through like that. I didn't have, if I used fishing line, you guys wouldn't be able to see it. So basically, now I've got the tag end through, I've got to hold it in position, and you'll see how it comes together. It's like a noose, but not a noose. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 turns, but you get the idea. I'll do a more detailed one, hopefully with some different rope or something. And I think the improved is the same knot, but you wrap it around 5 times. 5. You go through there, back through your eye, and then you start the knot, and then you'll see this bit here pops up, and then you just put that tag end through there, and then you tighten it up, and then your tag end's out the back, and all you have to do is trim it tight, or close, sorry. So they're the 2 basic knots I use. Then when I do a paternoster rig, so I always tie the sinker on first. So you put your line through the sinker. There's your sinker. So what I do, I've been doing it for years, because when we use set lines and stuff, make a loop, your sinker's still here, go through that twice, then pull it tight, and you've got a loop. Your sinker's now on a loop. Then I go, depending on how high I want the bait, sometimes I go a foot from the sinker, sometimes I go 2 foot from the sinker. When I'm fishing in a creek or a river that has current, depending on how strong the current is, sometimes I'll go 2 foot. So we'll go roughly like how I'm going to make it on a rod. I'll do the same thing. Make a loop, put it through like a granny knot, but it's a double granny. I think there's a specific name for this knot. And then you pull it tight. Then you got your line from your rod, your sinker, your hook, and your sinker. Then what you do with your line, squeeze it tight, put your hook through. I'll show you how I do that when I'm on site fishing. I'm fishing now, but they're already rigged up. The one with the float, there's a bit of a breeze today. It's going to move rather quickly across the top of the water. Sorry about the sun. So basically I'll explain it. Squeeze it tight, push it, you loop through the eye of the hook, then I go, so this is the hook. I go like that, and then I wrap it around twice, and then I pull it tight, because then you've got like a double strength. You've got double strength line here, but the weakness I have found, if you hook a big fish or you snag it, the weakness is in this knot. Even though I lubricate it, I lick the line. It's monofilament. I don't use braid. I haven't used braid since I was in Queensland, Cairns. I've still got the braid. I did bring that rod down here last time I was down here, but I didn't see any bites on the rod, so the rod tip wasn't going. But when the kids wound it in, it didn't have a worm. There was no bait left on the hook. Okay, so what's in the tackle bag? It's a bag. It's about 10 or 11 years old. I got this for Christmas one year from Big W, I think. Some of you old school fishermen would probably recognise it. I think they were $25 or something like that. Okay, so there's a zipper compartment in the top. I have some soft plastics in here, I believe, or an empty packet to some. Yes, I do. 6.4 centimetre rigged paddle tail lure, grey mullet. They're Rogue fishing gear. That's BCF, cheap BCF stuff. Not sure how many years they've been up there, but that's where they sit. The other side has wire traces, I believe, for when I was shark fishing up Queensland. Yep. Live baiting off the surf in far north Queensland. 4 threadfin salmon and barramundi, but there's hammerhead sharks, grey tip sharks, grey tip reef sharks, white tip reef sharks. They bite you off. I've got 50-pound line on that. 50-pound monofilament on that rod, specific for that. I haven't done any surf fishing down here. I want to chase some salmon and maybe some gummy sharks off the beach. That was the main reason I moved down here, to be honest with you, from Queensland, because the fishing was better. You can chase tuna here, but you've got to have a big boat. Okay, so that's in the very top 2 compartments. Now I'll undo the zip on the side here and show you what's in there. A pair of pliers sit there. There's fishing pliers for split shot. Oh, I do still have those flies. Jay Daniels, if you watch this, here's the fly case I have with those flies. They're over 30 years old. They're still in the bag. I can't remember where my fly reel is. Okay, so I've got the Sportfisher whiting pack. I haven't used it yet. Haven't been whiting fishing. You've got your, I believe they're called dumbbell sinkers. They've got swivels integrated into them. Little small long shank hooks. Some beads and plastic attractant for the whiting. That's Sportfish brand, that's Kmart brand. That's all that's in that pocket. The other side pocket, I don't even know what's in here. Okay, so we've got some more soft plastics and some Vibes, a tube for an aerator, or the Z-Man Grubs motor oil colour in 3.5 inch. There's one missing because I have used one. Pearl minnows, Z-Man minnows in there. Oh, I've got some more in here. Four-inch curl tails, motor oil colour. What else have I got in here? Put that back in there. Some more rig paddle tail and green mullet. 6.4 centimetre, that'd be 3.5 inch. Tsunami Pro holographic swim blades. These actually work on Chopper Taylor. Haven't tried them anywhere else. And the Trio Long Vibe lures, Rogue, BCF brand. So that's where all my soft plastics have gone. I didn't realise I had some. I might have to try some here for those fish that keep jumping. So I've replaced my fly reel with the soft plastic, so I don't recall seeing it in the container. The front pocket, the big long one. Okay. Got 2 filleting knives. It's a Rapala. It was found here last week, a couple of days ago. That's just a cheap Kmart brand, probably Jarvis Walker. I've got a 5.0 Snapper Rig Master Pro pink shrimp colour. So that's 2 hooks with those shrimp looking things. That's what it looks like on the back. You can just put your sinker at the bottom. That's a double paternoster rig with circle hooks. You just clip your sinker clip your sinker on it and tie it to the end of your line. That's your leader. Berkley Saltwater Pro 1/2 ounce jig heads. Scales, tape measure, lip grips, cable ties for yabbying, cable tie the meat into the bottom of the net, weighted gash fish rigs, scent for the squidgies, 6-pound hot fluorocarbon leader, Black Magic, my bite bells, a bottle of peppermint essence. I'll get to this in a separate video. Stainless steel hand soap bar to take the smell out of your hands. And that's it. That's the front pocket. That's always open because of the fillet knives, lip grips. There was a hammer in there. Don't need the hammer, can use the lip grips. How are we? 20 minutes, beautiful. Okay, what's inside? What's in the tackle box? There's 4 boxes. The very first box at the back, hooks. As you can see, there's a few in there, but not much. Okay. So we've got small long shanks. I'm not sure of the size. They're for garfish and mullet, so bait fishing for bait. Same as the long shank. I think the other ones were medium shank actually, they're long shank. Got the same in the red, so they're mustard I believe, or Jarvis Walker. They're Jarvis Walker bait holders. That's what I use here. Got the same in this next compartment, but the next size up. Two sizes up. They're 2.0 I believe, these are probably 3.0. Mustard octopus circles, but the straight shaft, not the bent. So they go that way, not that way, if you know what I mean. Next size up in here, circle hooks. These are gang hooks, but I've closed them. That's a mustard gang hook, but I closed the eyes to use them singly for half a pilly or pilchard for you guys. That size long shank in the red. I use these for corn when I'm hunting carp with corn or worms, or I actually use these for prawns in salt water, this size. There was a really good hook out a few years ago. It was called the prawn hook. It used to always, I'll demonstrate on a gang hook here. They were mustard. They were in a box, mustard box, you know, the 50 box. They were, so you could put the prawn on, no worries, normal way, through the back of the tail, feed it on, cast it out. It would always sit like that on the bottom. It would always sit like this on the bottom of the water. So if something come and grab the prawn, you'd top lip hook them all the time, because somehow the hook always sat like that. So that's just the mustard gang hook with the eyes open, as you can see. In this compartment I have the mustard big gun, I think they're called big gun. These are the hooks I use for live baiting up in Queensland. Mustard big gun, I think they're 5.0. So just put the hook straight behind the dorsal fin on the mullet and they'd swim around. Good hooks. There's a couple of octopus in here. I think that's suicide. I don't use these big hooks here. Well, I don't see a need to use a hook that size anywhere in fresh water. Maybe for a metre cod, if you had a massive yabby for bait. The cheap jig heads you get with the $20 tackle kits. The bright orange and bright yellow ones, they're in here. I've got, this just says CS hook. I believe they're octopus circles because they're bent, the eye's bent up, so when you pull, when you go to set the hook, you can miss, if that makes sense. So now I'm down to the worm, the hooks I use on worms, which is these mustard fine worm. Size 4, that's good for one Jan Juck worm. That's what's on the pink rod right there, and the black rod's got this mustard demon size 1 circle hook, light gauge. That's what's on that other one. And then you just got your little pre-rigged live bait hooks. They're good to chuck a little bit of bread on for when you want to catch some live bait mullet. in salt water. I don't know what you'd use them for in fresh, probably might work for blackfish or something. Then I just got the cheap beads that come with the cheap tackle boxes. I have tried them, but not them ones that small. I don't know, they're just there. So that's the hook. That's the hook box. Next box down, swivels and floats. I don't mind some float fishing. So we've got your standard pencil float. I actually made one of these. There it is right there. Just a meat skewer, some foam, paint. What did I use for that? That wire there. I forget now. Pencil floats, so I've got swivels. I'm not sure what size they are, but that's for up to 2 kilo. 4 to 6 pound, I use those ones. I'll do another video on paternoster rigs because I've got some swivels here that are ancient. Paternoster rig. Some big swivels. These are still ancient. These are from the tackle box I got from my father back in the early 90s. I don't know what class that would go, probably 50 pound. Snap swivels. That size I'd use on like a surf rod with those wire traces, something like that. An undamaged night fishing, actually 2 night fishing bauble floats. You put your glow sticks in there so you can see your bites at night time. That one's missing that tube. This is a weighted, I forget the term for that float and this float. This is unweighted, but obviously your line goes through the center of it. This one's weighted. I do use it. You can use that surf fishing, I believe. That's what I used it for. So that's it, apart from that float. And I've got the other little cheap red and white ones. Now we're up to the lures, then sinkers. I'll just have a sip of my coffee. Wait to see what this car's doing. Okay, lures box. I did say I don't do much lure fishing. It's probably why I've got such a large, well, I call this a large collection. Okay, so we'll start with spoons and blades. 85 grams Spanish mackerel colour. That's for Eastern Australian salmon down on the central coast of New South Wales. That one has actually been in the salt water. This one's brand new. That's a white bait jig. Pilchard. It's a Gillies pilchard, suitable for salmon, trevally, tuna, mackerel and pelagics. Saltwater Pro Series. Unused. 40 gram. So it looks like a pilchard. That's unused. This one is the same as the blue one, but a 40 gram. I believe that's been in the water. No, this one's been in the water. It's got soft plastic melted all over it. This one here, this is actually a worm. Now what happened to the worm? It melted. Summertime's not real good for the soft plastics. That's a yabby. I didn't catch anything on that. This one I did. It's a little curl tail. You see the tail's been chopped off by some chopper tailor down at the entrance in New South Wales, Central Coast, the entrance. That's the place, not Lakes entrance in Victoria. It's the entrance, New South Wales. There's another one we used for the tailor, I believe. It's a little shad with a treble down the bottom. It's a prawn soft plastic, unweighted. It has like one of those mustard gang hooks in there. Another one of those, that's the replacement for that one, and she got bites. She's got chopper tailor have teeth. That's an unweighted curl tail, just a cheap one from those cheap tackle boxes. There's a jig head on this one. I believe I might have tried them, but I didn't have any luck. This lure I actually got out of the tree right here. It's a popper. I have a nice little collection of poppers for bream and that up north, far north Queensland. That'll probably work all right in this system here, right next to me. They're not very heavy, which explains the kids' pink rod, the kids' rod. That'll cast that float nearly across the other side. I've got a cod lolly here, little surface frog. I forget the name, but this was actually on Beast's I Fish with Tackle World, this colour combination. Once I seen what the fish they were catching, I bought it for the cod. Little blade vibe, never used it. Looks like it'll work though. I've got the gold one. It's all tangled and stuff. That treble's in my finger. A little jointed minnow. It's missing a treble at the back. So it's double. This little medium water. It's got a rattle in it, not sure what it's called. This little thing, it's a 10 gram bill slug, nat. Actually caught fish on that, tailor. Just cast it out and lined it in, they got a hit. Same as this pilchard. Full drive again. I actually want to get the lines in rather quick, so shadow diver, that should go in there. Same colour in this one. What's this? Diving, shallow, probably good for, I think it dives down a metre. All these short bib ones, I think they're a metre diver. This one in rainbow trout colours. That's actually it's a super brim, as you see it's written on the bib. I got a brim pack. It was this one, that one, super trout. Oh look, have a look at that. The heat in the tackle box has warped it, so now it's going to swim funny. So that might be worth trying on the trouts. This one's a super brim. That's actually melted and warped as well. I'm not sure what colour you'd call that, or pattern. So that's theirs. I've got the cheap squid jigs. I do have better ones in another case at home, still packed away. Now I've got the spinner baits. Unsure of the brand, I think that's Vibrax. Brown trout colour. Got this white one to represent, I'm not quite sure. I believe they call those feather tails. Two orange ones. There's another one of those, brown trout. That's a cocktail, that one. I haven't caught any fish on these, but I've casted them plenty of times. Yeah, these ones come in a pack. This all different colours. This one. All the ones with that eye. That one. And we've got another nice yellow, green, and orange one. It's on one of the other kids' rods. So that's what's in the lure box. And sinkers. Okay. So surf fishing in Cairns, you need a sinker that big. Pyramid. When you cast them, if they land like that in the water, they'll dig into the sand and they don't move around in the waves and current. I did use this type. They move around too much. The one with the swivel up top, I actually used this one, but this is the only one I have left. Then I just got next size down, one large ball sinker. I think I've got that because the hole's too small for the line to go through. A large barrel. Those ones, one big bean, size 2 beans. I'll use those in rivers most of the time, 1 or 2 depending on how strong the current is. Then I've just got split shots here. The biggest one I have 3, whatever that means, 3 ounce. For the res here, I think there's a size 1 ball sinkers, no, size 2, maybe 2 ounce. Barrel, I think they're barrels, sinkers, same size than these small bean. Small bean, and size, I think they're 6 ounce, the next size up, and that's what's in the tackle bag. I do have de-fishing soap. I don't use it, I just wash my hands in the water, and yeah. That's what's in the bag. Let's get some rods in. I'll switch this off and get set up, and I might start a new video, but that's what's in my tackle box and what gear I use currently. I do have some better quality rods. I was going to bring them down, but I might show you in another video. Let's get the rods out. Thanks for watching, Uru.